YK, your entire repo is a playbook for maximizing what Claude Code can kind of do autonomously. But you also have tip number 38, which is, simplify overcomplicated code, where you kind of note that code generation models have a bias towards writing more code than needed. So how do you kind of balance the rapid prototyping with the discipline of actually keeping things clean?
So I think in general, they have had that tendency over time, but it really depends on the particular model that you're using. And depending on that, it might be able to generate concise code. But the general principle that I try to convey through this particular tip and other tips on this repo is that you want to be in control of the code, not necessarily like totally in control, micromanage everything, but in a way to make sure that your code quality is good, your output quality, the behavior is correct, and all of that. So I would say just in general, don't necessarily commit all the code that's generated. Make sure that you only commit and merge the ones that are important and valuable to your code base, and you need to be the decider of that.
So Lydia, with agents writing more and more code, what does understanding your code base actually look like in 2026? And how do developers kind of stay in the driver's seat?
The way I see it is I think the role of a software engineer is changing more to be almost like a product manager. At least that's what I've noticed. And also it feels pretty logical. Like as a software engineer, you're not just writing the code, but you are in charge of owning it, understanding the architecture that you want to build. And it's still up to you to kind of understand why we need to implement a feature, all that kind of more like product manager stuff, but we still definitely need the technical expertise, almost with the intentional design that YK mentioned, is still very important. I always like to kind of draw a comparison to like, I can write TypeScript or JavaScript, but I'm not going to focus on the machine code that gets generated afterwards. And it's almost like, it's almost pretty similar. Software engineering used to focus on the actual code syntax, almost like, how machine code might have mattered. But we're going a layer above that now. I think what's more important is understanding the architecture, understanding the feature, and understanding still what the shortcomings are. But then also building the right environment for Claude around it with hooks, permissions, CloudMD file, that kind of stuff. And that still requires a lot of technical expertise and good taste and high agency.